But there's not a better place in the world to live, in my opinion. Not a better place in the world to run cattle.
Dave Dreiling from Booth Creek Wagyu. It's great to run into in the US. Your operation is talked about worldwide in terms of what you're doing with Wagyu and being really first movers over here in the US. For those who don't know, can you give us the backstory?
It was just 5 years ago last week that I bought my first cattle. So I didn't grow up in the industry. I grew up in business, but we decided to go vertical. And so we have our ranch, our feed yard, our processing, and our sales and distribution. It's the most complex thing I've ever done. I wouldn't say I love every minute of it because I complain about how hard it is, but deep down I love it. And there's a lot of opportunity for innovation in the livestock space, especially with Wagyu. America's just waking up to Wagyu. So we think we're on the front part of that wave. Now, we may crash on the beach. We don't know, but we are having fun.
You came across some interesting statistics to do with the IVF gain in Wagyu. And it turns out you guys are kind of big players in that space.
Yeah, we didn't really mean to be, but we wanted genetic progress fast. And when we looked at IVF versus conventional embryos, you could just make so much more genetic progress. You could be a lot more efficient with your semen. So I'm not proud of this, but I got a text from Europe a couple years ago where I had set the world record for price paid for semen for bulls. That's not something you go around wearing on a t-shirt, I don't think. But I didn't care because it's Ito Shikanami Jr. He's got 1,400 carcasses. He's proven the semen price didn't matter. We can make so many embryos and set that as the basis for our cow herd. So without IVF, I wouldn't have been able to have done that.
Now you're working with Vytelle to do your IVF work. What do you see as the benefit of that partnership?
I think Vytelle is at the forefront, and it's not just the embryos. Their whole thing is grabbing data to make genetic progress. And we have their what we call their gross ape. I think they call it their sense system. We have that on our ranch, so we check every yearling. That's really important. It's really important for the Wagyu industry because we feed them so darn long. Very few people in the U.S. are doing it, but that's one more criteria that we use. And then with IVF, we do both fresh and frozen. But we've been able to make rapid genetic progress using Vytelle and IVF. We love partnering with Vytelle on a lot of things they do. The two biggest one is Vytelle Sense. So we run feed efficiency for all of our yearling bulls and heifers. And we love the data that comes back. As when we look at the economics of feeding out a Wagyu, it takes so long that feed efficiency is critical. We're also big fans of Vytelle's IVF embryo system. It just gets its genetic progress so much faster than how they used to do it.
Craig Kennedy from Booth Creek Wagyu. You're particularly involved with the feedlot operation there out of Manhattan, Kansas, Little Apple. Tell us about that side of the business and what you do in terms of measuring and making decisions in that business.
So right now we have the Vytelle in-pen waterway system, and we work with everything. We look at the data every week, running those cattle, kind of seeing when they plateau on feed, when they're ready to go to butcher, and everything there.
Craig, you don't only do your own IVF work with your own herd there at Booth Creek Wagyu, you're also a satellite operation for producers from all around to come and do the same. How does that work?
Every week we have Vytelle come in and they work with us. We have their clients come in and use our facility for the IVF pickup. So it's really neat to get to learn what other people are doing and what we can do to help them.
We often talk at Vytelle about the role of a really experienced OPU technician and, of course, the fantastic science and the proprietary media behind the scenes. But it's not just down to Vytelle. The producer plays a really significant role too in ensuring the quality of both the resits and the donors. What are you guys doing to make sure you maximize your success rate?
So taking the feed data that we can get from the ranch, and then we can take that and we can use that directly with the animals that are coming into the feedlot. Really helps with the in-pen weigh systems. We can take those daily weights, and we can really use that to figure out, are these animals done? Are they still growing 2 pounds a day, 2.5 pounds a day? Where are they at? And that really helps our efficiency to get them out of the yard if they've stopped growing.